Okay, if you are a believer, do not scroll. This is important information in regards to taxes, the IRS, and your obedience to God's word. Let's look at Romans 13. Let every soul be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and the authorities that exist are appointed by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authority resists the ordinance of God, and those who resist will bring judgment on themselves. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. Do you want to be unafraid of the authority? Do what is good, and you will have praise from the same. For he is God's ministers. Who is he? Think of he as the IRS and agencies of such. For he is God's ministers to you for good. But if you do evil, be afraid, for he does not bear the sword in vain. For he is God's minister, an avenger to execute wrath on him who practices evil. Now, evil is not limited to the pride of life or lust of the eyes. It can also be disobedience in the way that we structure our money or take possession of assets. Therefore, you must be subject, not only because of wrath, but also for conscience sake. For because of this, you also pay taxes, for they are God's ministers attending continually to this very thing. Render therefore to all their due, taxes to whom taxes are due, custom to whom customs, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor. Verse 8, owe no one anything except to love one another, for he who loves another has fulfilled the law. Being outside of God's ordinance means to be outside of trust, where we do not know how to structure our money or to take possession of assets. Now, how do we do that? Right here, owe no one anything. That means own nothing but control everything. Being in trust, the IRS is prepared to facilitate those that are within God's ordinance. As you can see, persons not required to file a tax return. Establish these entities on the zero file. So what do you get? Dear taxpayer, thank you for your inquiry dated April 6, 2019. Our records show you no longer have to file Forms 1041. If you want to know how to set up the trust and set it up properly, let me know in the comments.